This is BoomerLife on CL650.
Hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend.
Welcome back to Boomer Life on CL650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and today's discussion has been all about Alzheimer's disease and dementia. It's time to start the conversation, and we've covered some ground about how the Alzheimer's Society of BC is getting the message out on all levels, nationally, provincially, and locally. And sitting with me in the studio today is Maria Howard, the CEO of the Alzheimer's Society of BC, and we've talked so far about creating dementia-friendly communities. You must be thrilled about the initiatives being taken in New Westminster.
It is so exciting. It is great to see, other communities take a lead and really understand why this is so important and find a way to weave it into their own community. It's great.
Now let's bring the rest of you on board and talk about how you, as a listener, can actually get involved. And fundraising or participating in an event is a great place to start. If you've ever been shy or insecure about stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe this will help. We want you to meet our next guest. This is Delia Vischer, and we're talking to Delia about her participation in the Scotiabank Half Marathon. Delia, are you there?
I'm here. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Delia?
Well, originally I came from New York. I was a ballet dancer, and I was a dancer at Radio City Music Hall, and was there for 7 years in the corps de ballet and as a soloist. And I've been in Vancouver now for about 40 years, and was teaching ballet here, and then stopped. There's only a certain age you can carry on, but I decided instead of ballet, I would try walking, doing some races, and that's how I got involved in the beginning.
Excellent. Delia, can I ask how old you are?
84.
You're 84, and you've been a participant on the Alzheimer's Society of BC Scotiabank Half Marathon and 5K team for, 3 years, is it?
I think it's 4 years now. This will be my fourth year.
This will be your fourth year. What's the date of the event?
28th of June.
June 28th. It's circled on your calendar, right?
Oh, definitely. Every day that I go out to practice, it's there.
So, Delia, what is your connection with the Alzheimer's Society?
Well, my husband was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 3-4 years ago. And he's one of 7 children, and 5 of them have died from Alzheimer's, and the last 2 also have Alzheimer's. So that certainly urged me on to see what education I could get about it, learn as much as I could, and care for him as much as I could. But unfortunately, I really couldn't do it all by myself. So he is in a residence, but I bring him home every day. He's still part of the family, and he's still going out. We go to the movies or we go to the theater or whatever, and go walking about 4K a day too. So I won't let him sit and do nothing.
This is excellent. I think that's one of the hard lessons to learn as a spouse or a partner or a family member, that you can't do it all.
Right.
You can't, you're not educated and you're not trained to be that caregiver.
That's right. And also there are other things in life, and he wouldn't want me to sit all the time with him. So I managed that I bring him home every afternoon between his lunch and dinner hours, and then in the mornings are for me to go training and get ready for the half marathon and go down to the university because Simon Fraser has a wonderful seniors program, and then meet friends for lunch and such. So in the morning I'm me, and in the afternoon I'm his.
So it's almost like you have the perfect marriage. You both have independent lives, and then you sort of meet in the middle part way. Well, that's subjective. But so tell us about your participation and your training for the half marathon. Do you actually run the half marathon, or do you do the 5K?
No, I walk.
Oh,
but I walk fast because I do it. They say you should do it in 3 hours, and I do it in about 3.5. So I walk fast.
So how fast is fast?
It's about 10 minutes a kilometer.
Really?
Yeah.
And what do you do for training to prepare for this?
Well, for training, I did the sun run, and I do about one walk. Again, the runs, but I do them as walks, about one a month. And then from the sun run until the half marathon, I do add from the 10K, 2K every week to build up to the 21K.
Oh, my goodness. You are an inspiration, and you've also raised almost $8,000.
Pardon me?
You've raised almost $8,000 for the society?
By now, I think it's about 10 with today's, this year's.
So how do you do your fundraising?
I talk to friends, and I don't know whether they really are so anxious to sponsor me because they feel I might not be around next year, or just because they know what my situation is. It's probably half and half.
Well, you're appealing to their emotional side.
Yeah, of course.
So you just come right out and say, listen, I'm walking a half marathon, and can you support me?
Yeah, absolutely. That's all I do. But most of them know my husband. These are friends generally, and they all know my husband and know what the situation is, and have had friends also who've gone through the Alzheimer's trip. And it's quite a journey, and therefore they're more than happy to support me.
So what advice would you give to someone like myself or somebody listening today that has never been involved? Maybe they've never even walked around the block or never been involved with charity fundraising. What advice could you give them?
Just talk to your friends, and remember that if you're doing a walk or a race, you're just challenging yourself. You're not competing with anybody. This is not a marathon that you're really trying for, but just go out and enjoy yourself.
It sounds like that's what you do every day of your life.
I'm doing my best.
Have you walked yet today?
No, today I went to the gym to do on the bike and weights and that sort of thing. I go once a week to the fitness center, once a week swimming, so I have cross training, and then once a week I do the 10 or 12 or 14, whatever it is, K that I'm up to. And you're supposed to rest in between, let the body kind of recuperate. And so the days of rest, I go down to university for a course and then meet people for lunch and such.
Delia, there's 4 of us in the room here listening to your story, and our jaws are on the ground. Let me remind you, Delia's 84, and she's making all of us look tired.
That's a word that you're not allowed to use in your vocabulary. Sorry.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing your story today, Delia.
You're welcome.
And good luck with the event. Do you actually, I never asked you if you use the computer.
Yes, I do.
You do. So have you been online? Did you register online for the Scotiabank Marathon?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
And
some of the people have sponsored me online also. So, I have people sending me checks. Those who don't like the computer will send me a check, and then I just put it in as cash.
So if we feel inspired enough to support you, what's the best way to make a donation to your cause today?
Well, you might, I'm at, on the net, I'm at visher@pacificcoast.net, so that you can always contact me, and then I'll send you the link.
How do I spell Visher?
V is Victor, ISSCHER.
Delia Visher, thank you.
At Pacific Coast, it's one word, 2 C's in the middle.
Oh, right. Sorry, at pacificcoast.net.
Right.
We've got that.
Yeah, but if you put it as a subject, something like the half marathon or whatever, so I know that's what it's about. Otherwise, I just delete it if I don't know it. And I don't want to miss anybody who's linking in.
And we wouldn't want you to miss our support either.
No. So I hope I get the support from many people, and I look forward to doing the half marathon. You don't know how wonderful it is to see people up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning just raring to go. That's half the fun of it.
All the best to you and your husband.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to both.
Thanks, Delia. Maria, how valuable is it to have contributions from people like Delia?
Oh, the society is so appreciative of people like Delia who, give their time, their energy in so many ways. And, as she shared in her story, it's a part of her life, and she's enthused about it, and she understands why it makes a difference. And so as a society, we're so lucky to have so many volunteers like Delia, but it's just a great way to participate and connect in. And I think the wonderful thing about the Scotia Bank Run is that, one, it does raise dollars so that we can continue to support our programs and services. It raises awareness for dementia, but it also raises people's health. And that's one thing we do know about Alzheimer's and dementia, is that what is good for your heart is good for your head. And so the more people exercise and look after their health, the better chance they have of either delaying or really significantly reducing their chance of Alzheimer's.
So if someone wants to help out the Alzheimer's Society of BC, but they can't make a financial donation, they're not going to run a 5K. If they just want to be a volunteer, how can they sign up?
Come to our site, and there's an opportunity there to connect into a volunteer tab, and one of our staff will contact you. There are so many ways to help in terms of just even coming to events to help with the organization. There's support groups and programs. We are always looking to have volunteers who are willing to be trained. There's just so many ways, and we are so appreciative of any time and energy that people can commit to.
Thank you, Maria. Maria Howard is the CEO of the Alzheimer's Society of BC. If you have any questions or concerns about Alzheimer's disease or dementia, of course, you can talk to your doctor, or you can simply make a call to the Alzheimer's Society or get more information online, alzheimerbc.org. We will keep the conversation rolling here on Boomer Life. Thanks for listening. I'm Joanne Sutton on CL 650.